Hello, Caitlin from the Compass team here again. Today we're going to go through our brand new feature in Pulse, which is called Pulse Reports. So this lets you build your own custom reports or spreadsheets based on the data that's in your Compass portal. Like the rest of Pulse, it'll update in real time and you can choose what data you'd like to see. So I'll jump into Pulse under the grid icon here and you'll notice a brand new tab along the top, third one along, which is called Pulse Reports. Similar to building a dashboard, we can select our report menu in the top left here and see any reports we've made in the past and also create brand new ones. So today we're going to create a brand new report for our leadership team. So that's what I'm going to call it. You can make this as customized as you like, and then we can say whether we want users or admins to see this report. I'll leave it in admin until it's all set up and ready. Now that the report's been created, all we have to do is configure it just by clicking configure here. I think of this as telling Compass which columns we want to see in our report, so what data we want to pull. The first one here is related to student information, so it will pre-fill with the 3 most popular ones here, but today I'm going to change that up and say I'll include form group, but I don't want ID. Then scrolling through, we can pick up the data types that Compass has available: attendance, chronicle, and learning tasks. So because this is for our leadership team, depending on what we want to see, I think we're going to go with present percentage, maybe absent percentage. These are default ones that you'll see when you jump in, but then we can also create our own custom measures. So the way we do that is click the little plus icon here, and then we can tell Compass we want something very specific. So for this one, I'm very keen on knowing how many students or how many times they've been absent due to medical illness, that attendance code. So I'm going to call it medical illness count, pick up the base type of data. So I actually want the session count for this one, session count. And then we can add our modifier. So modifiers are ways of getting really narrowed down data. With attendance, we can pick up attendance codes, status names, and whether it's explained or not. Because this is medical illness, I'm going to search that up and put in all our medical illness related attendance codes. Depending on the jurisdiction, you might see different ones in here, but you get the gist of it, that I want to count how many times a student has been absent with these attendance codes. Now that I've saved that measure, it will show in our little drop down here, right down the bottom, medical illness count. So let's include that one. Now scrolling through, I might add a couple of chronicle ones because as leadership team, we want to get that holistic view about what's going on with every student. So for chronicle, we can pick up chronicle entries count and then also use those custom measures again to maybe say what templates or categories we're keen on. So I've already done this before I jumped on picking up the count of major and minor entries, which is a chronicle category for us, and then also positive entries. So I've added 2 here and 3 up here, which means we're going to get 5 new columns in our spreadsheet, and that will count up whatever's relevant to the students here. There is also learning tasks as well, where we can pick up on time, late, and overdue submissions. Lastly, we can filter down the data. So by default, it will have the whole school, which is probably what we're after, but we've got a very big school here in Hogwarts, so I'm going to do just year 10 as an example here. You can stack these and pick up different parameters, maybe our whole senior school, maybe a couple of houses, whatever you need. And then we can also pick a date range. So it'll default to this term, but because we've only just started school, I'm actually going to pick up last year just to make sure we're showing you some data in here. Lastly, we can aggregate the data, which I'm going to do by form group just to show you what it looks like. So you can do this in a few different ways. So I'll generate that report. It'll take a second to come up, but then we'll see our brand new spreadsheet in here. Beautiful. So it's aggregated by form group like I mentioned. We've got our 10B up the top, scrolling through 10A, and we can easily see what's going on with the students here. So Bryce is an example. He's got 99 present percentage, which is good, but 8 medical illness counts, and also we can see major and minor entries. So we've got a big school and there's not a lot going on here in Hogwarts, but you can imagine you see all the data, and we can also update this if we're not seeing what we like. So if I configure this again, I'm going to change the date range this time. We're going to do this term. And it's a little bit different already. So you can imagine you jump in, change things up. Maybe we get rid of a column, maybe we change the date range. So we'd love to sit down with you and see how Pulse Reports can work for you in your school. Feel free to get in touch with us. Thanks so much.